Welcome everyone, I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and this is probably a very bad idea. Anyway, this is a Magical Diary, Horse Hall. It's made by Hanako Games, and so let's just say this is going to be a little curiosity. This is just going to fill in the blank until Civ 5's expansion comes out. Because I'm a little curious about these types of games. Steam's not really known for their visual novel type games or anything like that, but recently they've been very slowly trickling in little games like that. The first one I noticed was Analog, a hate story, which I didn't try out because it was literally a visual novel. This one supposedly has a little bit more game to it, so I'm going to go ahead and try it out. From what I've seen and read about this game, I guess you can call it an RP. Well, it has role-playing in it, I guess you can say, but it's not really a role-playing game. I would say it's more like a role-playing simulation, maybe? Perhaps a Sim-type game? Unfortunately, Steam doesn't really have categories to really put this in, but they just made it a adventure RPG, which is not really... I guess it's kind of accurate, I don't know. Anyway, like I said, this is just going to fill in the blank until Civ 5's expansion comes out. So between Reciteer and Civ 5 expansion, blah blah blah. Like I said, if you guys aren't really interested in this, just don't watch it. It's that simple. Don't worry, you guys will get something you'll like eventually. Let's see. Just taking a look at all this. Not exactly. The text speed started really low, so I increased it. I don't think it'll zoom by. If it zooms by, I'll just restart and fix it that way. And I think that, what's resume? Oh, okay, that's for the game. Alright. So let's return. Let's do a new game. Anyway, you play as a girl who finds out she has power and magic or something and has to go to some school. Very Hogwarts-like, I guess you can say. And we'll go ahead and change the name. Will be... I'm picking this name simply because it's the only one I remember of the Toho characters' last names. Anyway, you get to choose your hairstyles. Some of them are kind of boyish. And then you got a bunch of colors. I'll go with that one. Then you got face types. Eye colors. I don't know why there's eye colors, because as far as I can tell, you can't really tell, because it's just this little spot here just changing colors. Anyway, then there's body type. You can be shorter and fatter, or you can be skinny. Alright? Well, we'll go with that color. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this started. Done. Alright, as you can see, you got a bunch of stats here. These are your types of magics. You got stress, merits, money, and then you also have the standard stats. How intelligent you are and how strong you are. One second, I'm going to go ahead and adjust the volume a little bit. Options. Hopefully it's not too loud. Anyway. Let's see, and then you got cute and weird, which I guess is just kind of like popularity type stuff. Anyway. This is going to be a lot of reading, so like I said, if you guys aren't into that, just skip over this. This is just more of a curiosity, simply because Steam's been introducing these games, so I'm going to see what these types of games have to offer. Besides, it was only like 11 bucks, so there you go. It all started about 3 years ago on my 13th birthday. I was playing tag in the back garden with my friends, but when I tried to jump out of the way of the girl who was chasing me, I jumped so high that I flew all the way over the hedge. At first I couldn't believe it was real. No one else could either. Within a few minutes, they'd all convinced themselves that nothing unusual had happened. Then the next day, a strange old woman showed up at my doorstep to offer me the choice for my future. And now here I am, 16 and on my way to Iris Academy, an actual school for magic. The school lies in a hidden valley in the Green Mountains, about 150 miles from my home in New Hampshire. So we're technically in the US. My parents drove me out here, but we've already said our goodbyes. I asked them to drop me off at the outskirts of the school grounds so I could walk the rest of the way on my own. I knew Dad would cry and make a fuss over me before letting me go, and I didn't want my new classmates to see me for the first time looking like that. Actually, I'm surprised Dad agreed. He's always been a little overprotective. Maybe he's finally recognizing that I'm not a little kid anymore. Anyway, it means I have to carry my own suitcases, which contain all that I have to my name for the next 9 months. Not many clothes because we'll be wearing school uniforms all the time, but I have some books, pictures of my friends and family, and decorations for my new room. There it is, up ahead. The campus looks more like a very posh boarding school than a home for wizards and witches. Pretty buildings, lots of trees, and wide open spaces. Summer is still lingering here. The leaves haven't yet started to turn. I walk a little faster, feeling slightly too warm in this long robe and cape. Flower beds and arches stretch out around me, so many doors and windows, and they all look the same. There are 3 residential halls for girls and 3 for boys. I've been accepted to Horse Hall, which is for adventurous girls, whatever that means. The other 2 girl halls are the butterflies, who are probably girly girls, and the snakes. I'm not sure who would want to be a snake. I'd much rather be a horse. Unfortunately, I'm not sure exactly where Horse Hall is. I have a letter about freshman orientation. Where did I put it? I look down at my suitcase while I walk, trying to remember which pocket I stuck the letter into, when suddenly I bump into someone. Oops, sorry. He's an older man in school robes with no hall symbol on them, which means he's probably a professor. This is not a good first impression. Sorry, sir. A new student, I see. And what might your name be? He has like the weirdest smile ever. Oh yeah, and sorry about the mouse on the screen. It's clicked to cycle through stuff. Anyway, he has a lovely voice, dark and rich, with a refined British accent, and he doesn't seem to be too angry with me. I relax a little. Amelia Scarlet, sir. I just got here, and I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be. My voice trails off as I notice he's no longer looking at me. Instead, he's paging through the large book he was carrying. Miss Scarlet, is it? Wild seed. How unsurprising. Wild? More than likely a complete waste of my time. You have no idea how much you have been given, and you will throw it all away. He scribbles something into the book and then slams it shut. 10 demerits. Not a promising start. And there you go, we got demerits. I believe that some certain events can only be triggered based off your stats, kind of much like most RPGs are. Pay more attention to your studies than you do to where you are walking, Miss Scarlet, or you'll find yourself expelled from this academy before the new year. What a wonderful guy. With a snap of the wrist, he wraps his cape around him and stalks away. And very cliche, I guess. I haven't even started school yet, and already one of my teachers hates me. After a bit of looking around, I've found the way into the girls' dormitories and located my hall. There are 9 doors in this hall, only one of which is labeled bathroom. If each bedroom has at least 2 girls in it, I hope that's a big bathroom. My own letter informed me that I would have 2 roommates, but didn't tell me their names or anything else about them. I haven't seen anyone wearing a horse insignia. All I can do is find my room and wait for them to show up. Here it is, room 3. I open the door and pick up my suitcases. Walking inside, I find a fairly ordinary-looking bedroom. No skulls or drippy candles or blacklight posters on the walls. No incense or crystals anywhere, unless they just haven't had time to unpack yet. A girl who had been sitting on one of the beds stands up. Hello? You're a horse. I didn't mean that the way it sounded. Hi, I'm Amelia. Are you my roommate? One of them. I'm Ellen. That's Virginia's bed, but she went out to talk to somebody. Nice to meet you. Where are you from? Virginia, the state. I mean, I'm not sure where Virginia the girl is from. tilt my head. You don't have much of a southern accent. It's not that far south, and my family wasn't from there. What about you? New Hampshire, not too far from here. Are all those books yours? Yeah. There aren't any computers here, so I brought my old encyclopedias. And those are textbooks for the classes I would be taking this year at my other school if I hadn't left. I must be a really good student. Not really, I probably won't even open them, but I didn't know what I need, and I didn't want to need something and not have it. Those books are everything I could find out about magic, the real kind, now that I know it's real. Yeah, isn't it great? We're going to be witches, just like in the movies. Oh good, you're a wild seed too. What does wild seed mean? It means your parents weren't magic, so you're like a wildflower. She holds out her hand for me to shake. Me, my family's all magical, so I always knew I'd be a witch. I'm Virginia. So there's a girl named Virginia, and a Ellen who is from Virginia. Okay. She has a pretty strong grip. Vermilia. Pleasure to meet you. Is it a problem being wild? I met a professor and he was sort of rude about it. Professor? Shaggy black hair, big nose? Yeah, I sort of bumped into him. Oh no, now you'll be on Grabby's blacklist. The professor grabs girls? No, that's his name, Professor Grabiner. He hates me. He hates everybody, so it doesn't make much difference. Don't worry about it, nobody cares if you're a born witch or not. Not really. And everybody's scared of Grabby, he's a monster. William warned me about him. Who's William? My bigger brother. He's a senior, Donald's a freshman, like us. They're in Wolf Hall. But enough about boys, what sports do you play? What do you like? I like softball, but I'm better at volleyball. Good strong arms. Me, I prefer soccer. What about you, Vermilia? I guess I'm mostly best at track. I like to run. Your legs, her arms, and my fighting spirit. Where'd the total package go? Horses. And there's sports teams for wizards here? Not exactly. There's bounders, but that's not a real sport. But there is a gym, and we can start our own sports team if we had to. Right, Vermilia? I guess. Sorry, I'm rolling you over, aren't I? I'll let you unpack. Come on, Alan. I'll introduce you to my brothers. Huh? Okay. So we get to finally choose something. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of reading, guys. This is just something to mess around with until, as I've already explained this over and over again. Anyway, I'll stay here and unpack. I don't care about either of you two. Okay, I'll see you later. Don't forget, Vermilia, orientation is tomorrow, and you'll get to see old Grabby again. Great. I guess I'd better start putting things away. Everything moves quickly here, and I don't intend to get left behind. Tomorrow I start learning magic. Morning assembly. At 9 a.m. on Monday morning, all the freshmen are gathered in the gymnasium wearing capes and robes, just like me, but they're not completely like me. One boy has furry ears and a long fluffy tail. One girl has glittering wings, and that girl looks like a vampire. And apparently has a snake insignia. Is that what it means to be a born witch, being something other than human? Virginia looks normal, but she could be hiding something under her robes. No, that's just silly. The muttering and shuffling of students drops off as someone steps up to the podium. Hello, my little flower buds. Welcome to Iris Academy. I start to applaud but freeze as I realize no one else is. Then Virginia, besides me, picks up clapping loudly. Soon the whole room is cheering. The witch holds up her hands and the room settles back into silence. My name is Professor Potsdam, and I will be one of your instructors in the ways of magic. For some of you, this is the beginning of an adventure such as you never imagined. For others, this is only the next step in a journey you have been expecting all your lives. At Iris Academy, we teach spelling using the pentachromatic system. Red magic is forceful, but not necessarily violent. Blue is the color of transformation and change. Green is the color of life and the world of plants and animals. White magic affects mind and spirit, and black magic is contained within physical objects. Your palettes should contain at least a few dabs of every magical color, but a beautiful painting doesn't need every shade. It's style that matters. You all have different styles, different talents. Here at Iris Academy, we embrace that diversity and tailor your education to your needs. Choose your schedule to focus your personal talents. Don't try to become a reflection of your classmates. Follow your own star, wherever it may lead you. That is the way in which you are all alike. You each have your own future, and I know you'll make us proud. Her starry-eyed way of speaking reminds me a little bit of my old school guidance counselor, but she certainly seems nicer than Professor Grabner. I wonder which classes she teaches. You have been divided into halls to help you make friends with classmates who share similar interests. For the girls, we have the adventurous horses, the charming butterflies, and the mysterious snakes. Each group claps as their name is called, the horses louder than the others, or perhaps that's just because I'm sitting with more of them. For the boys, we have the daring wolves, the elegant falcons, and the eldritch toads. I'm not sure what eldritch means, but toads sound even worse than snakes. I hope you'll all become good friends, but not just in each hall, and not just in your year, but throughout the whole academy. But most importantly, I hope you'll get to know and trust your roommates, so that by the end of the year, you're able to work as a team for your final exams. And I know you're all looking forward to your exams, yes? The audience particularly groans. For testing purposes, your instructors will regularly set you practical challenges in the school dungeons. The school has dungeons? Each task has many possible solutions. You will need to make creative use of your spells you have chosen to learn, so think ahead about what might be useful and how. Okay, are you all ready for magic? Open up your diaries and begin penciling in your schedule. I need to choose which classes to attend this week. There are classes for each kind of magic, plus general studying, which sounds boring, and gym class, which I've always liked. I can also schedule free time to relax and unwind. For most of my life, my classes have been planned out for me by my school. It wasn't until last year that I got to make any choices at all. Cantonese, French, or Spanish, physics, chemistry, or biology. Yeah, it sounds about right. Still, everyone had to have the same number of classes, and they all started and ended at the same time. You couldn't get out of it. If you can choose whatever schedule I want here, what would happen if I never went to class at all? Would they really let me get away with that? What should I do this week? Okay, so I guess I can start scheduling stuff. Fancy. Alright, so they said that green's all about healing. I don't even remember what white was. Black is about objects and technology or something. Blue is about change. Red is forceful, but not necessarily violent. And the great thing about this game is my frame rate's right now 6, but it doesn't matter because there's no animations in this game. So there you go. And study. I'm guessing as I do this stuff, I'm gonna get stressed or whatever. I'll do what I usually do. I'll make that my day off. And well, this is from Melia we're talking about, so I want to be red. And some black. And some studying. I don't know what smarts do, but I figure this will be a good start. Alright, let's go with that. Why not? Done. Activity, red magic. This is one of his classes. Get to your seats. Hurry up, no chatter. In this class, carelessness might cost you your fingers. He wouldn't really cut off students' fingers, would he? Here you'll be learning the seductive art of red magic, the evocation and control of energy. With this power you can summon a breeze, light a fire, or call a distant object to your hand. I say that it's seductive, not because of the power itself, but because simple minds prefer simple solutions. Blast your enemies with lightning, tear buildings apart with earthquakes, let the world around you burn. Sounds like a lot of fun. Fall victim to such vulgar fantasies, and you leave yourself vulnerable to those capable of creative thought. There are many approaches that direct force cannot defend against. He snaps his fingers in the air. One inattentive moment, and you lose control of the forces you have summoned. After that, you will only be remembered as an unpleasant stain on the walls. He rubs his hands together and gives a nasty smile. Now for your lessons. Okay, so we got some stress, and we got a little bit of magic. And we can do it again. Okay, no events. Whoa, something happened. That scrolled way too fast. I wish I could see what I just got. I arrive in the classroom feeling slightly apprehensive. Black magic? Will there be zombies? Good morning. Has everyone got a smock or apron? An apron? There are plenty at the back. Aprons? What are we going to do with those? For those of you who are new to our magical traditions, I should reassure you that black magic has nothing to do with death or evil. What a jib. And there's no such thing as evil magic, there's only magic. The bad and the good come from how you choose to use it. Black is the color of weight, solidity, and permanence. Black magic is the magic of enchantment in physical form. All wands and things like that are created with black magic. This does mean that cursed items are enchanted with black magic as well. That might be how people got the wrong idea. A pale girl with dark hair raises her hand. Yes, Raven? Since you're enchanting matter and bones are matter, you could use black magic to animate a skeleton, right? That's an interesting question. You could certainly enchant a skeleton to hold a spell, or react in some way. You could set a skull to chatter its jaw when someone came near, like an alarm. But to make something that could walk around and act on its own, you need to bind a spirit to it, and that calls for another kind of magic. We will get to combined techniques later in the year. Now, one of the easiest ways to infuse magic into a physical substance is to mix things together in liquids, potions, and that's what we'll be starting with. Always remember to wear a smock or apron. Potion stains can ruin your uniform. And there you go, we got 2 black magic and some more stress. And we studied and got some stuff. And sleeping reduced the stress back to 0. Okay, that goes a little too fast. Let's go to our options. It's off. Should pause. Okay, we'll lower the text speed and see if that makes it better. Alright, in the late afternoon, I'm sitting in my bed with a magazine when I hear a groan. Ugh. She drops her notebook on the floor, causing it to shed a couple of loose pages. What's the matter? Oh, nothing, just school. She falls backwards onto the bed and kicks off her shoes, letting them arc off in different directions. I hate school, sitting still, taking notes, listening to lectures about things I know already or never need to know anyway. Blah. Well, you don't have to go to class every day. You were taking it easy today, huh? Anyway, it's different for you. If I goof off, my brothers will catch me. Not that I care what Donald thinks. But William is different. He's a good guy. He's always looked out for me. Where are you guys from anyway? Massachusetts. Salem? No, Springfield. But were there really witches in Salem? Sure, there still are, but I know what you mean. A lot of magical people are really connected to their homes. We tend to build a tower and defend it. If things go wrong at home, you fix them. Not so keen on moving. When times were bad for witches and wizards in Europe, they just hid better. They didn't go to America with the early colonies, not in big settlements anyway. And no wizards from Africa went there at all, so the only proper magical people around were the natives, and by the time of Salem, they didn't want much to do with the colonists. Then a couple kids came out wild seed, and there wasn't anybody to control them. So the witches they hanged were real. No. It was only those kids who were witches, but they didn't know it. When they started doing real magic, they were just as scared as the village people. So they blamed other people when the preachers told them to, and it was the other people who got hanged. Hard luck on them. That is actually somewhat true. Anyway, we have schools now, so that sort of thing doesn't happen. Or at least based off that one story I read. I don't remember what it's called though. Something to do with the Salem witch trials. I guess it's important to go to school, huh? Yeah. I'm awakened early on Saturday morning by a tap on the door, followed by a faint hissing sound. What's going on? I stumble out of bed to find that 3 envelopes have been pushed under the door to our room, each marked with one of our names. Hey, money's here. Each envelope contains $5, the weekly spending allowance for Iris Academy students. If it's our money, why can't they just give it to us all at once? I guess they don't trust us to not spend it all at once and then run out and complain. Well, that might teach people to plan ahead. This way still teaches people to plan ahead. If you want to buy anything really cool, you gotta save up. But you're missing the important part. It's Saturday. That means a trip to the mall. I didn't think you were a shopaholic. I'm not, but it's great to get out and look at something other than school for a while, isn't it? Also, they have ice cream and penny candy and really big cinnamon cookies, and we get the idea. Since I've been there before, I can show you guys around. What about studying? You have plenty of time for that during the week, right, Amelia? Do I really want to go to the mall? And I really want to know what I learned. Apparently hitting Red Magic 5 gave me something, but I don't know what it was. I'm gonna go ahead and stay in school. It's alright, I don't want to go out today. You're used to all this, but it's new to me. I'm still picking up the basics. If we prepare ourselves now, it should make the rest of the semester much easier. Well, whatever. Next time, I guess. Sure. Studying. Oh, okay. They gave me some more stuff. On Sunday morning, I sleep in. There aren't any school activities today that I know of, and I haven't made plans with anyone, so there's nothing else to do. Which just makes me realize I miss my family. I'm not used to being completely out of contact like this. There aren't even any phones in the dorms, so I can't call home. Dad promised he and Mom would write, but I haven't received anything. Maybe they were too busy on the first day, or the mail was slow. I'm sure I'll hear from them soon. No phones, no computers, no television. It doesn't matter much during the week when I'm busy with classes, but on a day like this, it leaves me feeling restless. I think I'll go outside. It's a beautiful campus. I'm careful to stop when I want to admire something rather than keep walking and risk another collision. But while the flowers and paved walkways are nice, what I'm really looking for is something a little more open. I follow the paths away from the main buildings towards grassy fields. We could play games out here if we borrow some balls from the gym. I wonder if Virginia was serious about starting a sports team. Hey, I think I see her up ahead. She's talking to someone I don't know. I hurried to catch up. Mostly girls again this year, isn't it? Yeah, both my roommates are. I paused in mid-step. What is she talking about? Me and Ellen? That could be a problem eventually. Ellen and I both had wild magic. Is that the problem? Well, maybe more of us should drop out. The other way would be more fun. Maybe for you it would. The wing girl laughs. What on earth are they talking about? This is silly. Spies never hear anything nice. I have no idea what they're discussing, and I shouldn't try to figure it out. I'll only come up with crazy stuff. I'm just gonna walk away. Alright. At the end of the week, I get the chance to organize my thoughts and my belongings, as well as review the spells I've learned so far. Thank you! Spellbook. Okay, I learned one spell. It costs 1 mana, moves air around the caster, around the caster's current square, creating a gentle breeze. So in other words, it's mostly a fluff spell. Close spellbook. Diary. Doesn't seem there's like any notes. Oh, okay, got it. So on Friday, I got to hear about the Witches of Salem stuff, and on Sunday, a bunch of homesick stuff. And this is where we first started. Okay. At least it's kind of organized. That's really nice of it. We have no inventory because we didn't buy anything. We got $10, minus 10 merits, 2 stress, 2 magic, black, 5 red, 2 smarts. Wow, I only got 2 smarts. Okay. I think I got gypped. Anyway, I think that's about it for right now. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video off right now, and when we come back, we'll see how the next week goes. So, until next time everyone, I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Magical Diary. Hopefully you guys find it somewhat interesting, and I'll see you guys next time.